morning, Comic Book Nation. I am your host, Chris Killian, and welcome to Good Night Gotham. Tonight, we just watched the 5th episode of Gotham. Thank you to all of you out there who watched it with us live. The season is heating up. So many things are going on. Butch just betrayed Penguin. Bruce and Selina are crushing. An entire shift in power is going down now that Penguin and Riddler run the city. Plus, the Mad Hatter isn't finished with Gordon. Guys, I am loving this season. And tonight on Good Night Gotham, we are going to talk to someone who is very close to all of this. He's been seen on Sons of Anarchy, Justified, Homeland, literally most of my favorite shows. And he can now be seen on Gotham doing an amazing job as young Lucius Fox. Chris Chalk. Chris, thank you so much for chatting with me tonight.
Hey! What's up, man?
How you doing, man?
Well, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited to have you on the show. First off, on your Twitter, @ChalkChris, I got a kick out of your bio earlier. I was checking it out, and it says, I make me laugh a lot. Also, I love free stuff. Can I just say, without being too creepy, that based on those two sentences alone, I think this might be the beginning of a bromance.
I mean, we both must love free stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
love free
people
stuff.
should just send us both tons of free things, and we think we're funny.
We're even kind of matching right now. Look at that.
We're
Look at that.
the same. We're essentially the same person.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I just saw the latest episode. One thing I really liked, near the end of the second season, when Lucius and Bruce are infiltrating Arkham, they get trapped and stuck in one of Riddler's puzzles. Now, in this last episode that we just saw, you and Enigma come face to face again, and it was pretty tense. Any chance we're going to see things boil over between Lucius and Enigma?
There is now two arch nemesis. They don't like each other. I don't think Enigma doesn't like Lucius as much as Lucius doesn't like Enigma, but we will get to investigate how those two continue to hurt the other one, you know, and their hurt is an intellectual hurt, you know, at least Lucius's is. Lucius isn't going to fight you or kill you, but he's going to dig into your mind unless he has to hurt you.
Well, I don't know. I really liked seeing Lucius get serious like that, though. You know, he was kind of threatening Edward. Are you hoping to have a fight scene on the show?
I hope so much to fight on the show. I don't think it's very likely, but because I studied jiu-jitsu and because I like fighting so much, I really, really hope they just, you know, maybe somebody takes over my mind and I just start, like, beating people up. I think it's a great idea. Or getting beat up. I don't care. Yeah,
I think the writers should definitely write a scenario for you in the show like that. I got to say, man, you're doing an awesome job. I've loved your take as Lucius Fox on the show. Obviously, you're doing your own spin on the character, but when you initially found out you'd been cast as young Lucius Fox, did you practice your Morgan Freeman voice at all?
No, I didn't practice my Morgan Freeman voice. I will tell you, though, even though we're doing two completely different things, his voice is, his voice is his voice, so it's always in your brain no matter what. Even when you're reading stuff like just like this book in front of me says unlock your potential, and my brain wants to go unlock your potential. Like his brain is eternally in your his voice is eternally in your brain. But no, I did not reference him for my Lucius Fox study.
No, he definitely voices my inner monologue. I swap out between him and Sean Connery depending on my mood.
Nice.
That was a pretty good Morgan, though, you just did. I heard you do a little bit of it. Do you want to give me can you give me like a line from Dark Knight or I don't know, any kind of Morgan Freeman line?
You know any lines from The Dark Knight? I don't know any lines from The Dark Knight, I don't think.
We can go more classic. We can go Shawshank. You can be like, Andy Dufresne.
Andy Dufresne.
That's pretty good. No, it's not bad.
I need to know it's Andy Dufresne.
Well, yeah, some of the words from his quotes we can't say on here. No, in all seriousness, though, I'm actually pretty curious about that. As an actor, which is more daunting for you? Like taking on a character within an iconic property like Batman, or just knowing that you are following in the footsteps of the Morgan Freeman? I mean, that's got to be so cool in a really stressful kind of way.
Neither one are really daunting because neither one of them really play into, you know, when you book a role, it's just a person who's doing a thing, who has a pursuit of a goal and who loves somebody. And so that's the only way I can look at Lucius. Otherwise, if you compare yourself to other people, you're going to drive yourself crazy in this business. So I was happy to get the role and happy to have my take on it, especially being a fan of the Dark Knight series. Like, obviously, it's in my brain and I've seen it. But it's going to be my own thing no matter what.
Yeah, well, you're killing it, man. You're doing a great job. Well,
Thank you.
yeah, since all this is happening in a world before Batman exists, it's been interesting watching your relationship with David's Bruce develop. He's helping him with certain tasks. Do you think there's going to come a point on the show where we see Lucius begin developing gadgets or technology for Bruce?
Yes.
Ah, yes. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Well, we've seen a lot of the classic Batman villains get their own spin on Gotham. Are there any characters we haven't seen yet that you'd like to see?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Deadshot would be the most interesting one. Because what if there was a young Deadshot somewhere in school with Bruce right now, and they cross paths?
Right.
I think that could be really cool, because they both have similar socioeconomic situations and, and they just went two different directions. I think that could be really interesting.
No, I agree with you. Also, speaking of the last episode, jumping back, talking about things that this is something I wanted to ask now that I just watched the show. We haven't seen Doppel Bruce in this past episode. Do you have any theories on who it might be?
Oh, none whatsoever. I don't think anybody even knows.
Nobody knows. You don't know at all.
Writers have an idea, but they keep a pretty tight lip about their little, like, we get to read the scripts and be surprised too.
Right. Well, that makes sense. Well, also when we were just talking about other characters. So I do think Deadshot would be a great choice. Are there any characters who've already been on the show that you'd like to see come back? Hint, hint, maybe someone whose name starts with a J and ends with a Rome?
I like Jerome. I think it'd be fun to see him come back. Just because he's so dangerous. And he adds like a really like fun, it's scary. It's weird to say a fun element of danger, but his danger is so much fun and he's so free. So I'm going to say exactly what you just prompted me to say, which is Jerome.
Yeah. Thanks for going along with it, man. I appreciate that. Okay, last question. I don't want to take up all your time. I'm trying to get someone to spill the beans for me. Is this the season where we see Jim Gordon grow out that commissioner mustache? Can you tell me anything?
Oh man, he would look so good with that mustache. I'm not gonna tell you though. I'm gonna let you wait for that.
No, please. I just want to know about the
I gotta
mustache.
make you wait. I'm sorry.
All right. That's all for us tonight. Thank you again, Chris, for taking the time to talk to me tonight, man. You are awesome. Thank you so much for being here. All right, you guys make sure you follow Chris on Twitter at ChalkChris or on Instagram at MyNameIsChrisChalk. As always, keep tuning into Fox on Monday nights to watch Gotham. If you guys aren't following us on social media, you need to step it up. Follow us at Comic Book on Twitter. Search Comicbook.com on Facebook or Instagram. You can find us at Comic Book Now. Super big thank you again to Chris Chalk. For Comicbook.com, I'm Chris Killian, and good night, Gotham.